In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 tips to help you bench press back pain free and avoid a low back injury. Coming up. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Coach Remi. Over the past couple of weeks, we discussed squatting and deadlifting with low back pain. And today I want to wrap this little mini series up with the bench press. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 4 tips to help you bench press back pain free. And these are 4 tips that I learned since my low back injury and that hopefully can help you perform the bench press back pain free. Now, before we jump into things, just a quick disclaimer. Keep in mind that back pain can be caused by a multitude of factors. And if you're uncertain what is causing your back pain, please seek out a medical professional to get a proper diagnosis and to inform you what's going on. Because everyone may not be ready to perform the bench press right away, and they may need to wind down their symptoms first. But other than that, if you guys are ready, let's jump into this. For tip number 1, we need to understand what is the cause of a person's back pain before we set up the bench press for them. And we can typically group people into 2 categories. We may have the flexion intolerant individual, which would have pain typically with rounding their back, prolonged sitting, or maybe even laying down on their back if their symptoms are very severe. Whereas the extension intolerant individual would typically have pain with lumbar extension and going into that motion. Now, why it's important to identify the cause of a person's back pain, because it's going to determine how we set up the bench press for that individual. Because the flexion intolerant individual versus the extension intolerant individual, it's going to be different for both in terms of the technique. So that leads me into tip number 2, which will be specific to the extension intolerant individual, so someone that has pain with lumbar extension. When we set up for the bench press, for a regular bench press, we're on our back here, eyes under the bar, feet are back close to the bench, we're getting our shoulder blades back and down, our butts on the bench here. People have a tendency naturally to go into a bit of lumbar extension. Now, the reason being is because it'll help get our chest kind of propped up a bit, and we can get into a better position to press the bar here. So we'll be able to reduce the range of motion, and we're creating a little bit more of a mechanical advantage for us to produce or push more weight. Now, problem with this is just being in this position may not feel comfortable for somebody with extension-based back pain. So a simple solution is we can elevate somebody's feet by having a box placed out in front of them, and we can flatten their back right out. So by being in this position here, we now don't have lumbar extension, and we're not going to fall into that lumbar extension pattern either. But there is a concern too, and this will depend on the person and how they are coached on the bench press. Some people, what they'll do is they'll be doing their bench press, but as they lower it down, they have a tendency to pop their hips up to get a little bit more power. Now, for that individual, a simple thing we can do is take a peanut ball, have them squeeze it between their knees, engage the adductors, have them engage their core, and then perform the bench press, because now by squeezing the ball, it's harder to pop the hips up. So it's a simple little adjustment that we can make for the extension-based person or back pain person to allow them to perform the bench press back pain free. Now, by flattening the back out, they won't be at the same mechanical advantage to press as much weight, and they may need to reduce the weight, but we can still produce a training effect without producing back pain symptoms, which is the key thing. For tip number 3, now we're talking about the flexion intolerant individual. So for the flexion intolerant individual, someone that has their feet elevated and they have a flat back here, this is probably going to do more harm than good, because we have flattened the back out completely, and if someone has a disc issue that's maybe impinging on a nerve root, and their symptoms are pretty severe, this is probably going to feel uncomfortable. Now, if we lower the feet and we get into a regular position here, this should feel better, but it still may not be completely pain-free, and it'll depend on the severity of one's symptoms. So the critical thing here is it's going to depend on what a person can tolerate in a position where they're laying on their back. Because not everyone may be ready to perform the bench press. Even though I love the bench press, I find it to be a spine-friendly exercise because the pressure on one's back typically is a lot less than a lot of other exercises out there. And at the same time, when you perform the bench press, it's not like you got to throw dumbbells up. You can just unrack a bar and start pressing. So the thing is, For the flexion intolerant individual, if you're able to get into the bench press position pain-free and you can do a bench press pain-free, then that's a great sign. But if you're getting some symptoms there, you may have to wind down your symptoms first before performing this exercise. And there may be better alternatives out there for you to perform first. That may involve a push-up, maybe a half kneeling cable press, or standing. Those may be better exercises because you're in a standing position, and with the push-up, you're in a prone position where you're not on your back, you're more on your stomach. So that actually may be a little bit better for someone that has maybe some disc issues where they have an impingement on a nerve root. And then as they kind of wind down their symptoms, they can then maybe get into move up to a bench press, which typically is spine friendly for a lot of people. So that is tip number 3. You just have to be aware if you're able to get into that position pain-free or not, and that'll be your indication. For my 4th and final tip, we need to understand the importance of maintaining a proper brace throughout the bench press. So oftentimes what you'll see is people will set up in a good position when they're going to perform the bench press, where their feet are back, eyes are under the bar, shoulder blades are back and down, hands are in a good position, they'll unrack the bar and start performing the bench press. Now, everything looks good here from a positioning standpoint. Problem is that people will forget to brace. What I mean by that is they'll forget to stiffen their core, their glutes, their elbows, their wrists, they'll forget to lock their lats in. So what I mean by that is, if I were to stiffen my elbow here, I can't move my arm. I have maximal stiffness here. If I relax, I can move up and down. So we need to think about applying that to the core, the glutes, the lats, get nice and stiff and stable when performing the lift. Because what that will do is it'll take stress off the low back, specifically our facet joints, and it'll allow us to produce more force when we're performing the bench press as we stiffen all our muscles. So now we're nice and tight, lats are locked in, core's tight, glutes are on. Now I can produce more force just by simply stiffening those muscles, but at the same time, it's going to spare the low back, specifically the facet joints, of stress because we're nice and stiff and stable when we're performing this lift. This is going to be specifically important as we lift heavier weight on this exercise. So that's my 4th and final tip for you guys. And that's a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and let me know in the comments section below which tip you found most helpful. Was it elevating your feet to prevent lumbar extension, or was it understanding the importance of a proper brace, or maybe one of the other 2 tips? Let me know below. And also, if you haven't checked out my previous videos on squatting and deadlifting, be sure to check those out. Okay guys, other than that, have a successful and productive day. Take care.